Welcome. We're on the eve of preseason week 2, but this video has nothing to do with preseason. This is my first official bet of the 2025 NFL regular season. Hit the like button, share the videos, Patreon link in the description. You know the drill. Let's get to it. We got the Houston Texans at the Los Angeles Rams. Texans plus 2.5. I want nothing to do with that. I do not want to touch that. Over under 44.5. I'm going under and making a money pick. This is a very confident money pick from me, and that's why I had to come on here and lock in the 44.5. I saw it on FanDuel, saw it on Bet365. So, firstly, I'm extremely worried about Matt Stafford's health. And we saw this week, he was supposed to practice. They've been saying since training camp started, he'll be back by this date. Monday came, Tuesday came. We still haven't seen Stafford out there. We know Stafford is a warrior. We know this man has played through an immense amount of pain and suffering in this league. But I'm starting to worry about the back injury. And I know Jimmy G can come in and do a job. But I feel like this is a tough matchup for the Rams offense, even if Stafford is 100% healthy. And I feel like it gets even tougher now. This Texans defense is a top 5 unit. I was saying it all year last year. I was finally vindicated near the end. I don't see anything changing this year. If anything, this Texans defense got better. I think they have a very good pass rush, a very good secondary, and I think that can push the Rams' buttons. Even when the Rams were at their best last year, we saw the offense a bit disconjointed. And I think with Devontae Adams coming in, Matt Stafford not getting a lot of work during training camp, it is something that could be a problem. I love the Rams. I love the Texans. I think outside of the elite 5 teams in this league, Texans and Rams are 2 teams that I think can make the Super Bowl if you forget those 5. So I love both of these teams and what they did during the offseason. But also, let's not forget the Texans' flaws. Let's not forget. Everyone wanted to just take away from C.J. Stroud last year. But this offensive line was an absolute train wreck. From a schematic perspective, from a physical one-on-one perspective, remember Kenyon Green in the Jets game at guard? There was a lot of issues on this offensive line. Tunsil's not coming back. And so you know that's going to make the Texans offensive line at best a work in progress. And one thing we know about offensive lines, man, they take time to gel and mend. Even with me being optimistic, I'm very optimistic about the Texans this year. I think this is going to be a bottom 5, bottom 10 offensive line. And especially to start the year. And even if this Texans offensive line comes in rearing and ready to go with the new offensive coordinator, I think this Rams defense is one of the most underrated units in the league. And I'm not sure why no one's talking about it. Yes, by now everyone knows Jared Verse. He's versatile, physical, good against the run, very good in the pass rush. But you got guys like Fisk, and this Rams defensive line rotation is absolutely brutal. And for an offensive line that struggled even picking up a basic defensive tackle, defensive end twist last year, it could be a big issue, and it could be a big issue for Stroud. So I think this Rams defense is one of the most unheralded units. Even their secondary has players. We know the linebacking core sucks, but this Rams defense is, to be honest, I'm more excited about the Rams defense than their offense going into this year. I know it's an offensive-driven league, and I know when you see Stafford versus Stroud, the light bulb should go up in your brain and say points. But both of these defenses will be ready, and I think both of these defenses will dominate the game. It's going to be physical, and we know how these games go. And I know it's only week 1, and I'm not trying to be a hype man. I'm not trying to be over-dramatic, but I think it could be a playoff-type level of physicality and intensity, and I'm ready for it. So I think there's a lot of factors. And I mentioned the Texans' offense. We don't know if Joe Mixon's going to play. And if you watch the Texans last year, you know how reliant the Texans were on him. If Joe Mixon didn't eat, the offense didn't eat. Now I know they bring in Christian Kirk. I'm excited about that. I think he mends and gels well with CJ Stroud. And I think Jaden Higgins, he's going to be the best wide receiver in this rookie class. I do. But like I said, if you can't protect the quarterback, they could get open all day, and you have Nico Collins. I just think this Texans offense is vulnerable in this game, and I think it's going to be a tough matchup. I don't think we see the Texans offense start playing good ball until week 6, week 7, week 8. Okay, so that's what we got. We have under 44.5, make it a money pick. And before I go, working on the new studio, I'm going to keep coming with the videos. Patreon, $7 a month. Let's get this money. Link in the description, and I'll be in the comment section. I look forward to hearing what you guys have to say. A little bit early for the regular season bets, but let's start slanging, man. I don't want this to get down to 43.5 or 43. Because, firstly, there's a big possibility Matt Stafford won't play. We have to keep that in mind. Let's get this money.